Havoc.
News, interviews, and more.
We just reek of Huntsville Havoc hockey.
Happy New Year, fans. We've got a special 26 for 26 episode for you this January 1st. I'm Tim Lambert, and I'll explain what that is after our break. We'll also recap the most recent games from this past weekend. Don't go away. The Reekin Havoc podcast will be right back.
The Reekin Havoc podcast.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Got something to say? Put it on a t-shirt, or hoodie, or apron, or even an iPhone case. Just go to daddyoscustomtees.com and make it happen. Look through their selection of ready-made designs, or make one of your own. Check out their special hockey designs, too. With Daddy O's Custom Tees, you can truly have it your way. Look for Daddy O's Custom Tees on Facebook, follow them on Twitter or Instagram, or go online to daddyoscustomtees.com. That's DADDYOS Custom TEES.com. Daddy O's Custom Tees. They've got your back or front.
Welcome back to this special 26 for 26 edition of the Reekin Havoc podcast. It's that time of the year that you hear a lot of countdowns, and we've got one of our own. We'll be counting down the top 26 all-time Havoc points leaders for this January 1st, 2026, according to EliteProspects.com. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get started with
Number 26.
Center B.J. Radovich gets the countdown started with his 95 overall points, consisting of 60 assists and 35 goals. Radovich from Hermantown, Minnesota, spent 2 seasons with the Havoc. From 2008 to 2010, he had previously played 3 years at Michigan Tech and 1 at the University of Wisconsin-Superior before moving on to the UHL's Chicago Hounds and Kalamazoo Wings. He came to Huntsville after playing the 2007 and 8 season in the ECHL with the Wheeling Nailers.
Number 25.
Left wing Nick Lazorko is a previous podcast guest and has 96 points to his credit. In the span of 6 years, Lazorko, a Rockwall, Texas native, played in Huntsville for 4, first coming on after leaving Castleton State College in the 2012 and 13 season, and returning for the next full season with 79 of his points coming in that span, along with making the SPHL's second All-Star team. He played 9 games in Europe during 2014 and 15, and came back to the Rocket City to add 16 more points to his stats before departing for Pensacola. He started the 2015 and 16 season with the Ice Flyers before moving to Fayetteville for the remainder of the year. His last appearance with the Havoc was in 2017 and 18 for 11 games and 1 point.
Number 24.
Center Jeff Dams from Manotick, Ontario, is another previous guest and sits at the 24th spot of our countdown with 98 points collected during his 106 games with the Havoc between 2004 and 2006. His 4-year college career was spent at Holy Cross. He played 1 game with the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs in the CHL prior to making the trip to Huntsville.
Number 23.
Left wing Dan Bacella posted 99 points in his 3 years in Huntsville. The Woodbridge, Ontario native was a member of the last Huntsville Channel Cats team in the 2003-2004 season, where he accounted for 51 points, then made the transition for the beginning of the Havoc era in 2004. 2005 and 6 saw 9 games spent with the Youngstown Steelhounds before a return to Huntsville for 2006 through 2008 and 52 more points. He played 5 more seasons in the SPHL with Fayetteville, Louisiana, Knoxville, and Pensacola, where he also served as an Ice Flyers player and assistant coach. Dan passed away from leukemia in 2022.
Number 22.
Center Sean Bates put up his 100 points in 2 seasons with the Havoc. Bates from Vermilion, Alberta, played 4 years at Merrimack College and made appearances in the SPHL at Columbus and in the ECHL in Atlanta and Tulsa before landing in Huntsville for the 2017 and 18 year. He accounted for 54 points during that championship season. He came back in 2019 and 20 for 45 more points to make it to the century mark.
Number 21.
Next up is Tara, Ontario's own Bill Monkman, a right-winger who had previous professional experience in the Central Hockey League with Topeka and Macon, Bakersville in the West Coast Hockey League, and Melbourne in the Australian Ice Hockey League. Before arriving in Huntsville for the 2005-2006 season, he collected his 103 points in 116 games over his 2-year stay with the team.
Number 20.
Forward and defenseman Robbie Fisher of Kenora, Ontario, is a familiar name to newer fans. Fish played 231 games in his 4 seasons with the Havoc, resulting in 104 points. He came to town from the University of Calgary in 2021 and averaged .65 points per game during his stay. He was also an alternate captain for 2023 and 24. He's currently playing in Germany.
Number 19.
Another familiar name is number 19. He's not only a former player, but a former coach and current executive general manager, and has his number in the rafters of the VBC, Glenn DeTulio. A forward from Timmins, Ontario, he spent 2 seasons playing with the Havoc from 2010 to 2012 after making his way through Norway and Germany out of college, then the UHL, the IHL, and the CHL. He amassed 107 points in 104 games as a player and began his coaching career as an interim in 2011. He was made official in 2012 and stayed at his post for the next 11 years, adding GM to his duties in 2015 before handing off the coaching responsibilities beginning in 2023.
Number 18.
Forward Buster Larson, a native of Malmö, Sweden, came out of his 4-year college career at Utica, where he was part of 3 NCAA Division III championship teams, to the SPHL with Birmingham and Fayetteville for a few games prior to arriving in Huntsville in 2023. Once here, he also played in 104 games, but was able to notch 108 points to sneak into our 18th spot. He was also named to the SPHL's second All-Star team last season. He's now playing in Germany.
Number 17.
Defenseman Derek Pearl appeared in 297 Havoc games over the span of 6 years and is responsible for 109 points. Born in Etobicoke, Ontario, he burst onto the Huntsville scene in 2017 out of Marian University and played 2 seasons, went to France for 1, and came back to the Rocket City for 2020 and 21. The next season was split between the Havoc and the ECHL with Rapid City and Jacksonville. His last 2 years with the Havoc were 2022 to 24, where he was also alternate captain. He was named to the SPHL All-Rookie team for the 2017 and 18 season and was also a member of the back-to-back President's Cup teams that year and the year after.
Number 16.
Right wing Craig Bushy totaled 112 points during his 3-year, 138-game stay with the Havoc. Originally from Ignis, Ontario, he played his college hockey right here at UAH from 2001 to 2005, prior to going to the CHL briefly before his Huntsville debut.
Number 15.
Mike O'Sullivan, forward from Dorchester, Massachusetts, came to Huntsville in the 2005-2006 season after starting off the year with the Fort Worth Brahmas in the CHL and stayed until the beginning of 2008 and 2009. During his 144-game stint, he put up 113 total points.
Number 14.
Forward Jacob Barber hails from Darden Prairie, Missouri, and had previous SPHL experience in Peoria and Birmingham, as well as a call-up to the ECHL's Greenville Swamp Rabbits before coming to the Havoc in 2021. He was named first All-Star team that year and notched 120 points during his 2-year stay. We're halfway through. Stay with us as we keep climbing to number 1 on our 26 for 26 countdown.
We'll be back with more of the Reekin Havoc podcast.
If you'd like to find a way to a healthier, more flexible you, look no further than Stretch Zone, practitioner-assisted stretching to help you achieve your wellness goals. The Stretch Zone method will help you gently and gradually increase your active range of motion with an approach tailored specifically to your needs. From basic back stretching exercises to sciatic nerve stretches, give them a try with a free 30-minute session. Stretch Zone, locations in Athens, Madison, Huntsville, Decatur, and Rogersville. Visit them on Facebook or online at stretchzone.com.
My name is Joel, and I came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in December of 1987 to be treated for osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. We didn't know anything about St. Jude. We didn't know what they meant, or that, when we got here, what we would do, how it would be taken care of. And when we arrived, we found out that my family wasn't going to have to pay for any of my treatment, not for my medicine, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. St. Jude was going to cover all that. St. Jude supported me in every way, from, taking that financial burden off my parents to making sure that all of my family was included in this time. St. Jude literally means everything to me. I get to go home to my family tonight. I get to cook dinner for them. That's what you're giving. You are giving us everything by supporting St. Jude. So thank you so much.
Finding Cures, Saving Children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hey, this is Alex Brandrup, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
Welcome back as we continue with
Number 13.
Forward defenseman Billy McCreary from Southampton, Ontario, played with the Havoc out of Curry College in 2007 and stayed on for the following season, splitting time with the New Mexico Scorpions in the CHL. The next year was entirely with Huntsville, followed by another split season with the CHL's Texas Brahmas, one also highlighted by Huntsville's first championship. He had one more full season here for 2010 and 11, where he was also assistant coach. During his time here on the ice, 226 games, he contributed 143 points. He is currently an assistant with the ECHL's Kalamazoo Wings.
Number 12.
Number 12 on our list also went on to become a coach following his playing days in the Rocket City. In 2017, more Oklahoma forward Kyle Sharkey came straight out of Wisconsin's Stevens Point, a frequent source for Havoc players. He put up 7 points in 13 outings during a playoff run and went on to total 144 over his 172-game Huntsville career from 2017 to 2020, during which the team won 2 President's Cups and had a very good chance at a third had it not been for a COVID-shortened campaign. He can now be seen on the sidelines heading up the Fayetteville Marksmen when they come to town.
Number 11.
Right wing Cheech Powers of Carlisle, Ontario, spent 3 seasons with the team from 2016 to 2019, playing in 183 games, and is technically tied for point total with Kyle Sharkey's 144, but has a 79-57 edge in total goals, which puts him at number 11. What they do share equally are those 2 championships. Cheech was also team captain his last year in Huntsville.
Number 10.
Coming from Whitby, Ontario, left wing Justin Fox first appeared in 2011, came back the next 2 years, splitting time with Tulsa and Quad City in the CHL and Perth in the AIHL. After stints in the ECHL and Elite Ice Hockey Leagues beginning in 2014, he returned to Huntsville in the 2017 and 18 season to add 34 more points in 43 games to bring his total to 154 and also share in the front end of the back-to-back title runs.
Number 9.
Forward Mike McDonald of New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, joined the team in 2009 and stayed until going to Mississippi in 2012. He was a captain 2 of those years, earning an SPHL championship his first season, putting up 156 points in 194 games with the Havoc. He has been the head coach at Wisconsin Stout since 2020.
Number 8.
Nolan Kaiser, defenseman from Calgary, Alberta, spent 4 years at Alaska Fairbanks before joining the team in 2015, and except for a couple of call-ups to the ECHL, he has stayed a part of the organization ever since, as he is now the vice president of corporate sponsorships. His playing days ended in 2022 after he had accumulated 2 SPHL championships, 2 times being named to the first All-Star team and earning the honor of most points by a defenseman. Speaking of points, his 207 and 311 games locks him in at number 8 on our countdown. Look for his number 10 up in the rafters, too.
Number 7.
Forward Ray Ortiz, another Dorchester, Massachusetts native, came to the Havoc in 2008, making a brief appearance in the ECHL that first season, then proceeded to stick with the team until 2015, a total of 352 outings, resulting in 215 points overall. He was also a major player in Huntsville's first President's Cup.
Number 6.
It took Travis Caulfield only 199 games on the ice to achieve his 217 points. The Bancroft, Ontario product started with the Havoc in 2006 and played until 2010, getting called up for 2 games during 2008 and 9. He set out 2010, played a season in the FHL, and came back to retire as a member of the Pack in 2012.
Number 5.
Another name we all know is number 5 on the list. As a forward, South Weymouth, Massachusetts' Tyler Piacentini skated on the scene in 2017 and made himself a fan favorite right off the bat. With the exception of a first-season loan to the Norfolk Admirals his first year, Tyler was a fixture with the Havoc until he retired in 2023 to become assistant coach. He was a member of the back-to-back championship teams, appearing in 308 total games and putting up 251 points along the way. His number 14 is in the rafters, too.
Number 4.
Our very first podcast guest is number 4 on the list, Rob Darrer. Forward from Monroe Township, New Jersey, began his pro career in Huntsville out of the University of Vermont in 2018, earning a call-up to Reading in that very first season. He also endeared himself to fans, sticking around until 2023 while being tapped for the 2019 All-Rookie team during that second title run and making the second All-Star team in 2021. His 265 points came over the course of 262 games.
Number 3.
Our current head coach is at the third slot in the countdown. Former defenseman and forward, Daly, Ontario's own Stu Steffen arrived in 2012, playing for 7 seasons in Huntsville, with some time spent in the AIHL sandwiched in the middle. He added assistant coach to his playing duties from 2016 to 2018, then became full-time assistant for the next 5 years and took on the head coaching job in 2023. His on-ice honors included Defenseman of the Year, most points by a defenseman, first All-Star team twice, second All-Star team 3 times, and 2018 SPHL championship. Oh, and add to that 274 points in 414 games, the most by any Havoc player. Look for his number 7 up there in the rafters, too.
Number 2.
James Patterson, left wing from right here in Huntsville, had already racked up 187 points as a member of the Channel Cats in the 1999 and 2000 and 2003 and 4 seasons alone, not to mention the plethora of other teams in the interim, and proceeded to bring the heat as a captain for the new Havoc team. He played 228 games for Huntsville between 2004 until he retired in 2008, producing 297 points. And finally,
Number 1.
Havoc fans were first introduced to center Cy Nutkovich at the beginning of the 2016 season. He'd already played professionally in the CHL, ECHL, SPHL, and in Canada. He stayed with Huntsville for a total of 7 years, piling up 402 points in 385 games. Along the way, he was named SPHL First All-Star Team twice, Second All-Star Team once, Playoff MVP, and was on the back-to-back championships. And I think it goes without saying his number 19 is in the rafters as well. There you have it, 26 for 26, the top 26 all-time Havoc points leaders on this, the first day of 2026. We'll have to figure out another countdown for 2027. Keep it here. We've got a more recent recap to do when we come back on the Reekin Havoc Podcast.
The Reekin Havoc Podcast.
In June of 2005, our twin girls were delivered, Melissa and Catherine, and they were born 14 weeks early.
Amy and Chris George talk about the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund.
They both weighed less than 2 pounds, and Catherine was 115 and Melissa was 1'9". Melissa lived for a couple of hours, but all of the medical technology in the world just could not have saved her, and she passed away while she was in the NICU. Chris realized pretty early that God had given us a platform that we could use to try to help people. So Chris and I started the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund at Huntsville Hospital.
To know that Melissa's name is living on, her legacy continues. And I think that was very important to Amy and I, is why the fund is named after her. Because for 7 weeks, Melissa fought so that Aunt Catherine would have a chance to live. And I think that we wouldn't be doing her name any justice if we didn't carry on, because we know we wanted to honor her and honor her legacy. And the community, Huntsville Havoc, the community in Huntsville itself, they've rallied around that. And it's been a wonderful support system for us And I think for a lot of families too, when they see total strangers that are giving.
We're online at HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org. Click on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund and you can give that way.
There's no donation that's too small, and every dollar is just as important as the next one. And if you're giving, then we understand you're giving because you care. And that's what's important, is that we've learned over the years that people give because they care.
And you can volunteer. If you're interested in that, you can click on the volunteer tab to fill out an application. We are grateful for any type of support because we know that once we pull those dollars together, we can do big things.
For more information on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund, visit HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org.
Hey, this is Benito Poza, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
Last Friday's Peanuts night was a disappointment for Havoc fans as the team could only manage one goal to Pensacola's 4 after the visitors cracked the scoreboard first at 5:05 of the opening period. Ethan Lindsay answered 50 seconds later, assisted by Lincoln Earn and Connor Fries. The Ice Flyers scored once more before the end of the frame and twice more in the third to claim the victory. Lindsay and Dominic Procopio were stars 2 and 3 of the game. Huntsville attempted 27 shots to Pensacola's 20 and had 11 penalty minutes to their 9. Brian Wilson took the loss. The team swapped venues for Saturday's matchup, which seemed to work out for a 2-1 Havoc win. Things started off in similar fashion, with the Ice Flyers getting on the board first, 6:09 into the game. Austin Alger was the man of the night with power play scores at 15:30 of the second period and 18:51 of the third, helped out both times by Josh Kestner and Kevin Weaver-Vitale. Alger was the first star of the game. Dyson Skinner saved 24 of 25 shots that came his way. Huntsville had 28 tries in all. 19 penalty minutes were handed out to the Havoc, 17 to the home team. The year's last contest was Tuesday's Mickey and Friends night against Knoxville. Kestner and Cole Reginato got together for the first score of the night, 2:17 in. The Ice Bears made the only answer they could all night at 4:24. Austin Alger came up with his 12th goal of the season at 14:16, aided by Matt Allen and Kestner. Gio Procopio added a score at 3:59 of the second, with Alger and Earn in on the action. Ben Schultheis found the net at 5:24 of the final period, assisted by Lindsay. Kestner got the final point solo at 6:48. Each team had 38 shots on goal, with Wilson getting the win. Huntsville had 10 penalty minutes to Knoxville's 12. Kestner, Alger, and Wilson were the 3 stars. Austin Alger keeps his team points, goals, and assists leads with 25, 12, and 13. He's third in the SPHL in those first 2 categories and 9th in assists. Cole Reginato is one shy of 100 penalty minutes, also a league-leading stat. Brian Wilson is second in the SP with 11 wins. The Havoc is at home on Friday against Birmingham for Battle for Bama night before flip-flopping for Saturday's matchup.
If you love the Huntsville Havoc, leave us a voicemail with your name, how long you've been a fan, and even some of your favorite players. Call 256-434-RKKN. That's 256-434-7556.
The Reekin Havoc podcast.
For those returning from military service, the transition back to civilian life isn't always easy. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Bill Cook talks about still serving veterans.
The mission of Still Serving Veterans is to serve and honor veterans and their families by empowering them to build meaningful lives. And we do that through connecting to fulfilling careers, getting the benefits they deserve, or the services that they need. We have never charged anybody anything for our services. A group of business leaders in town felt there was a need to help the seriously wounded make that transition back into civilian life. Employment services, VA benefits, and connections to other community services. That's what we do. If you're a veteran and you need help, please get a hold of us. Go to that website, ssv.org, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about still serving veterans.
In Huntsville, call 256-883-7035.
For tickets, official Huntsville Havoc merchandise, and more, go to HuntsvilleHavoc.com. Visit our website at ReekinHavoc.com. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. And listen, follow, and subscribe to the Reekin Havoc podcast on your favorite platform to keep up with the only weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Reekin Havoc podcast.